Good evening. Excuse me. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. We are back. The Lord knows. When I sent y'all that message saying that I won't be available until 8 o'clock tonight, something changed. I'll let y'all know. I did. I just thought that you know what, I'm gonna have some running around to do while I was still in one part of the world. But it turns out God had it that I had to come back by tonight, and I literally just walked through the door at 7:50. So we got the Lord. The Lord knows. That's all I got to say. The Lord be knowing. The Lord be knowing. But good morning, Matt. Welcome. I'm not gonna keep y'all long tonight. I'm not. I hope. Hopefully, I'm not like my pastor, and I say that, and I end up being way longer than I need to be. But it's 8 o'clock, and I don't want to spend too much time. So, good morning, brother Matt. I appreciate you coming out, and we're going to touch on this because there has been a common phrase that has been said, and that phrase has been "money is the root of all evil." And coincidentally, this is what happens when people quote part of the Bible, but not not the whole Bible. I sure am saying that, and I'm just like him sometimes. But here's the thing: how many of us have heard the phrase "money is the root of all evil"? How many of you have ever heard that in your time in the church? You're watching the live, wave at me. You're watching the replay, let me know. Type in the chat. I have heard this before. Let me know. That's gonna let me know that you're paying attention, that you're engaged too, by the way. So if you've heard that, I want to say, if you haven't already figured it out, that's a lie. Today's gonna be the day. In the words of the great saint Kevin Hart, you gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. All right. So let's turn to First Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. For the love. So first of all, let's just stop there. Whenever you start off a verse with the word for, please understand that you need to know what it's there for. Let's start with therefore. So let's go back. That verse says but. Okay. Let's go back up. That verse says and. Well, let's go to verse 7. 4 and 5. 5. Here we go. Verse 5. So start from verse 5, then read down to verse 10 for full context. Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of truth, supposing that gain is godliness. From such withdraw thyself. Already we're getting context. Let's keep going. But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us therefore therewith be content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation, and a snare into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows. Let's finish the context and read the one verse after. But thou, O man of God, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, meekness. So here's the thing. For the love of money is the root of all evil. All in a sense of all kinds of evil. Not all evil ever known to man, but all evil that you can ever think of. But the love of money is the root of all kind, meaning People will do anything for money. So watch this. Watch this, because I'm about to this may hurt somebody's feelings, and I'm not trying to. I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible, but I promise you, this is gonna sting a little bit. Okay, I'm giving you the warning. If you will do anything for money, right? The Bible says you will do for love is the root of all evil. Love, we have to think of the first thing is not a feeling. Love is an action. Love is what you do for somebody or something, right? So if you keep that in mind and remember that love is not a feeling, you keep in mind, well, okay, depends on what type of love. But the love that we're talking about here is not a feeling. The love in this context is not a feeling. If you really want to go with that, then when it says that for the love money is the root of all evil, what do you say to somebody who works jobs that they don't like, who works 2 or 3 jobs just to get more and more money? What do you say to the person who goes into multi-level marketing just to get rich fast, and they will basically abuse selling principles to manipulate people to buy their product? See, when you break it down like that, now this love, now when you hear the love of money is the root of all evil, it's framed a little bit differently now. Because, hey, good evening, Christina, welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming out. And she's right. Yes, love is a principle. When you frame it from that perspective, what are you doing? Forget what everyone else. Forget the rich people that you see gaining money. How many people are going to the store and getting lotto tickets? Oh, hey, 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 how you doing? Hey, what's up, sis? How you doing? I gotta close the Bible from here because I'm just gonna talk to y'all from here. How many people are going day after day, getting lotto tickets? How many people are constantly hating their job, don't care to serve, don't excuse me, don't care to help nobody, but just there for the paycheck? Or I'm just here for the check. I know. You just there for the check. That falls into the line of what Paul's talking about. For the love of money is the root of all evil. It's an evil thing to just go ahead and say, I'm just gonna work this only for the money. And that's it. That is an evil thing. Because the purpose of being at that job is not for the paycheck. The purpose of being on that job is to shine, because Ephesians already tells us we we gain so we can give to other people. We can give to those in need. See, the money's not the problem. If we said for the love of money, the love of money, your heart posture of the money, that's the problem. If you want to go with excuse me, I've got to get my water in me. If you were to go, well, what's the problem? It's your love. It's your devotion for that money. This grind out life that a lot of people are living and trying to. I grinded it out and I made 6 or 7 figures this year. Yet and still, there were so many people that you walked and stepped over because they were in your way in your pursuit of gaining more. You see, that's what Paul's talking about, where we become so laser focused on the gain that we lose sight on the give. See, that's where you get into prideful territory. There's a perceived safety for my fault, gain the gift, and there was a perceived quote unquote safety and power and money that all humans are tempted to covet. We covet the safety and power. Exactly. A lot of people covet the safety and power, and this is why God says you cannot serve God and mammon. Mammon being an actual god, a false god at that. You can't serve by doing that. You have to put your devotion towards God. I love how Myron Golden says, use the money, love the people. Don't love the money, use the people. And I love that because if you forever put a focus on loving people, then you're going to be okay. What I don't want people to say and to think now is it's evil to have money. I'm going to take it a step further. I don't want people to believe it's evil to have a lot of money. Because here's the thing, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this from a, a a very practical standpoint, to the one we can all understand. Yes, you can have a lot of money. Yes, you should give. Right? There should also be discernment when giving. And as you are walking one with Holy Spirit, He's either going to say, "Give all this to this person. Don't worry about that. I'll take care of the rest," or He's going to tell you, "No, don't give money to that person. You get this instead for them." See, you can still give and not give monetarily. Because here's the thing, if you give monetarily to somebody who has drug issues, you are now just going to amplify that vice even more. You assisted in that vice. There's wisdom in giving. It doesn't say just because just it says, yeah, the principle is to give, but what you give doesn't have to be money all the time. So I don't want anyone listening to think when I get a large sum of money that I have to give it all away. No, you can be the very aid to that person's destruction. Why? We talked about the windfall principle just last week, and well, no, excuse me, yeah, it was last week. Last week we talked about the windfall principle and how so many people come into a big load of cash unexpectedly. And when they come into that big load of cash unexpectedly, what usually happens? Their vices and all the issues that they had before, it goes it goes up to five different levels at that point. So a person who has, let's just say, a smoking issue, if they were smoking before they had money, they're going to be smoking a lot more now because they have more money to spend on their vice. Same with drinking. Same with any vice you could think of. People are going to spend more money on their vice. They come into a lot of money all at once, which is why there are warnings to becoming rich. See, what you haven't been told, not you. I'm saying, when I say you, I'm using the royal universal you, not you. I'm talking to you. what, matter of fact, I'll say we. I'll say we. What we haven't really been taught, we really haven't been taught that being rich is a responsibility. That having money is you. The more money you have is a responsibility. Or else the scripture wouldn't say to much is given, much is required. So if you have more zeros behind your bank account, behind a certain digit in the bank account, that means much more is required of you. It's not so much, wow, I have so much I can put in savings. Wow, I have so much I can go on this vacation. Those things are nice. I'm not saying you can't do that, but you have to be able to put those things aside and say, how much do I have to give each month? Everyone should have a giving allowance of how much it can give each month. Set up that giving allowance. Talk to you and God and have that giving allowance. And when you have that giving allowance, you're gonna start to see that the more money you have, the more that you're able to bless more people. Wow, I can actually, instead of giving away, let's just say my giving allowance is at $20 a month, right? Wow, God bless me so much now I could give 200 a month. Wow, now I could give 2,000 a month. Whoa, we could give $20,000 a month now, and that is the way God designed it. God designed us to be together as a community. And when I say a community, I don't mean just Christians. He every human being he has laid his life on the cross for. I know I'm saying a lot all at once. Please forgive me. I'm gonna give y'all some chance to speak. So I wanted to say it's so true. Charity said you can give your time, your consideration, your compassion, your service, etc. Exactly. You can give all those things. I would say it's still nice to give people your money though, because some people may really need it. You never know. Christina said yes. For example, offering socks to homeless people never fails. No one turns down free socks. We are able to be wise stewards of our money. See that right there. You give somebody some socks, or get somebody some food. Buy a coat for somebody, especially in this weather. Like this weather's getting cold. It's gonna get real cold soon. Yo, buy somebody a coat. Buy somebody some food, like a sandwich with a drink will go a long way. You do not know how much that person will value and remember that somebody remembered me today. Buy somebody a blanket. If you can't take somebody in, listen, if you can't take somebody in, not everyone has that luxury. So if you can't take somebody in, let's say for example, you live in an apartment or go against your your landlord policies, right? Your rental policies, right? Buy somebody a coat, buy somebody a blanket, or if you could afford it, buy them a night in a hotel if it's really cold. You see, but all these things, guess what? Guess what all these things require? Money. So if all these things require money, is money the root of all evil? If all these things needed to help people, money is required to have, is money really the root of all evil? Or is it the way we use money and the way we want to gain even more of it just to use more for ourselves? See, James 4, I forget the verse, but it's the beginning verses. It says, you have not because you ask not, and you don't receive because when you do ask, you don't receive because you ask because of your selfish motives. Your own selfish motives is why you don't receive more. That was the Avedon paraphrase version. It's James 4. Read all of chapter 4. You see it in the top somewhere. But yeah, I just want to give y'all that today. I wanted to talk to y'all more about this. Does anyone have any questions or anything y'all wanna add to that? And I also want to say, as y'all are responding, thank you all for being patient and being willing to work with me these past 4 days. These past 4 days have been different, but I'm back in my regular home right now. So tomorrow 8:30 will be normal time when we'll start, and I'll be back. My normal seats, either over there, depending on where. So we're back. I'm happy to talk with y'all as always. Does anyone have any comments? I appreciate Christina, Charity, and Taiwan for commenting, and Matt. But does anyone have any comments they wanna share before we dip on out of here for the rest of the night? While you're saying that, my bookshelf is increasing. I got two more books. So Good They Can't Ignore You by Cal Newport and Deep Work by Cal Newport. Well, Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World. I am building up my reading list for the month. No, for the year 2024. I'm gonna say the month of January because I'm. I don't know. Lately, I've become a person who loves physical reading. I like audiobooks. I like the ebooks, but I don't know. There's just something about having the physical book in my hand that just changes the game for me. So I'm gonna be doing some reading tonight when I get off here. But appreciate you, sis. If no one has anything, I appreciate you all. For those of you who are over here on the Soda Good Ground page, I thank you all. Christine, if you don't know the updates, Soda Good Ground is going to be live every Saturday and Sunday. The Millennium Marketing Morning Show is on more so the Avalon Swift page. I didn't want to use like a business stuff too much here. I want to keep this a safe space where we really focus more on God and the Word here. So for those of you who come here to get that, that's all you're gonna get. The Avedon Smith page on Facebook, y'all gonna get both. So y'all here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all gonna get both content. But that being said, I thank you all. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down, put these children to bed, and then I am going to go ahead and eat my dinner because I'm hungry. So I appreciate you all. Thank you all for coming out. If you all enjoyed this video, I just ask one thing: share this with a friend. Share this with somebody who you believe needs their mind changed about money. I know it's all over the place, but they'll get it. All right. I love y'all. Peace.